Mick Corrigan here from Action Coach, and today I'd love to introduce you to Tom Fuller. Tom is the Managing Director of My Compliance Management. Welcome, Tom. Great to meet you.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Nice to meet you too.
Tell us a bit about My Compliance Management then.
Yeah, so we've been going for 10 years now. We are a software company and we deal with what we term operational compliance. So we set up focusing mostly on things like health, safety, environment, and it's sort of grown beyond that. So we do things like quality, information security, basically anything you need to do as a business to operate, which is financial. We sort of steer clear of that because there's sort of other systems. But yeah, we provide software tools which help companies to basically comply with all of that.
And what type of customers are you dealing with, Tom?
um, Pretty much every type of customer, Mick. We work in every single sector now. We probably, for us, the sort of the ideal client is probably somewhere between 100 and 500 employees. That sort of that level where they're aware that they need to do something with their compliance, but perhaps don't have the capability in-house to manage it. That's where we sit in very well. But we have clients from things like schools and local authorities, universities, through to car manufacturers, Premiership football clubs. We work with some big mining companies. I went out to Panama last year with one of our clients to their mine. So yeah, we work with every sort of client really.
Especially if it involves a trip to Panama, eh?
Yeah, especially if it involves a trip to Panama. I'll tell you about that later on. But yeah, it was a real experience.
I'll bet. What's this space like? Are there other companies in here? What would differentiate you from them?
Yeah, so I mean, going back when we set up 10 years ago, we'd go to an exhibition, at the NEC, and we'd be the only company there doing what we did. As the sort of use of software has become much more commonplace in companies, that everyone reaches out to use software to solve problems, then the competition has grown. There are more companies doing what we do now. What sets us apart, I think, is our ethos and the way we want to be sort of fair with our users and our customers. So support has always been key. It's always sort of run through us like Blackpool through rock, and we engage with our clients monthly. Every client gets spoken to monthly, and we use their feedback to ensure that we're making our products do everything they need to do. But also on top of that, with things like pricing, we don't have an annual price increase because we don't like it when we get an annual price increase for the same service. When your phone bill goes up, so we don't do that. We basically try and be the sort of company that we would want to work with. All of our software is sort of one price gets you everything. It's not charged per user or per module. It's sort of a fair pricing and good support.
So transparency.
I guess so. Yeah,
Yeah.
transparency. I mean that support thing has always been key to us. There's no point in us making a product and telling people this is what it does. We've always listened to our users and they've said this is what we need something to do. I'm looking at buying this software. Can yours do it? And if it can't, we can make it do it. And that means we can support that user. They can save some money. But again, we've got better products because of it. And we've spent 10 years developing our software now, and it really does do all the things we need it to do, and that's thanks to our users, really.
Yeah, brilliant. How are things progressing? What does the future look like?
Um, so progression, we've always been quite good. We're now sort of firmly into our scale up phase of the business. So we're focused very much on growth. So that would be sort of the future for us would be continued growth, building the team, getting more people in, recruitment. A big drive for that for us at the moment is just to sort of get the right team members in and continue year on year growth and sort of making sure we outcompete on function and price.
So sounds very exciting. Lots of things going on there. What challenges might you face in the future?
You might be the first person to say compliance sounds exciting, but yeah. Challenges.
The growth sounds exciting anyway.
Yeah, no, the growth is very exciting for us, especially, we've been doing this for 10 years. I started this with my brother. The fact that we've managed to grow the business and that we're sort of recognized really well within the marketplace is really exciting for us, particularly. Sort of what the challenges are for us are that sort of that growth and recruitment that I talked about, that is also the challenge. I mean, recruitment, I'm sure you hear this all the time in Action Coach, that recruitment and getting the right people it can be a very difficult process. And as a sort of family company, we've always been quite fastidious about making sure we take on the right people. We'd never make an offer to someone that we didn't think was going to be with us for years. So finding those people and finding them at the rate that we want to ensure that we can continue to grow really is probably always been our biggest challenge, or certainly over the last few years.
So very much people building the team, getting the right person.
Yeah, absolutely.
As well as the right skills.
Yeah. I mean, it's things like salespeople. A good salesperson can always sell themselves, but they may not be able to sell anything else. So it's making sure that they've got those right skills, that they can, they can make sure they do the right sort of sales process. Again, part of our ethos and how we go out to market is very honest and transparent, and we don't want the sort of the wheeler dealer type salesperson who's just there to make a quick deal. We want that proper value, and to have the confidence to say this product isn't right for you, if it really doesn't fit the bill. So yeah, finding the right skills, and that goes throughout support, through development, through sort of HR, all of those places really.
So Tom, what have been the key learnings for you as you've built this business over the last 10 years?
I mean, we've learned so much. There's lots of bits, lots of shortcuts that we wish we'd taken. I think we've tried lots of different marketing approaches, and we've wasted a lot of money. So I think we probably would have tried to work out the return on investment better. We haven't been particularly good at that. But I think the biggest thing we would change would be to build the team quicker early on. I think, as I say, I set this up with my brother, and early on we did everything. We did the sales, we did the software development, we did the marketing, we made the tea, we did the cleaning. Like everything in the business was done by us, and that's because we could do it, and so we thought we should do it. But looking back now, real growth came from getting good people in, building the team, growing the team, and passing on those responsibilities to people that can really focus on them, and that leaves us free to focus on growing the business. And I think looking back over the last 10 years, when we started to build the team and get good people in, that's when we saw the sort of the best growth and the most sort of reliable growth really. So we probably would have done that faster and earlier on.
Great learnings to share that, Tom. Thank you very much.
No problem.
And I wish you all the best. Sounds like you've got some fun time ahead.
Let's hope so.
Cheers, Tom.
Cheers, Mick.